In this question, we are told that ABC and EDC are straight lines. AE is parallel to BD. So this is very important for us. And ESE is 40 degrees and SEE is 30 degrees. Work out the size of angle X. So the first step here is that we need to realize that this angle here and this angle here are co-interior angles. And we know that co-interior angles add up to 180. So we know that co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. So which means that this angle here will be equal to 180 minus 40, which is 140. So this will be 140 degrees. And then after working out that, remember the question is to find angle X. We have one more step before we work out that angle. And so we need to find the value of this angle here. And the value of this angle here will be equal to 180 minus 140, which will be 40 degrees. And now we can work out the value of angle X. And to work out the value of angle X, we'll use the fact that the sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180. So sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So which means to find angle X, we'll just subtract 30 and 40 from 180 degrees. Which will be equal to 110 degrees. So remember, the other part of the question is to give reasons for your answer. And I have already given here two reasons. So the first reason is that, and the second reason is that. In number 2, we are told that AB is parallel to CD, and EF is a straight line. Find the value of angle X. Now, obviously, by looking at these two, we can see that these two angles are corresponding angles. Yeah. So, and we know that corresponding angles on parallel lines are equal. So, corresponding angles on parallel lines are equal. So, which means that angle X will be equal to 57 degrees. In this question, we are given a pentagon, and you are required to find the value of the missing angle. Now, we know that the sum of interior angles of any an n-sided polygon is equals to 180 multiplied by n minus 2. So the sum of interior angles of an n-sided polygon is given by 180 multiplied by n minus 2. Now, in this case, this is a pentagon, which means n is 5. And if you plug 5 here, you'll end up with a 180 multiplied by 3, which is 540 degrees. So the sum of interior angles of this pentagon will be equal to 540. So to find y, we just need to subtract all these angles from 540, which means y will be equal to 540 minus the sum of all these angles. So 86 plus 142 plus 72 plus 115. And we end up with 125 degrees. Okay. In number 3, we are told that each interior angle of a regular polygon is 156 degrees. Work out the number of sides of the polygon. Now, let's assume that the polygon looks something like this. This is just part of the polygon. Now, if I extend each of these sides like that, now remember we are told in this question that each of the interior angle of this regular polygon is 156, which means that each exterior angle will be equal to 180 minus 156, which is equal to 24 degrees. So which means that each exterior angle will be equal to 24 degrees. Now we know that the number of sides of any regular polygon is equal to 360 divided by each exterior angle. So we know that number of sides is equal to 360 divided by each exterior angle, which implies that to find the number of sides for this polygon, we'll divide 360 divided by 24, and that will give us 15. For number 4, we are told that here is a regular 10-sided polygon, and you're required to find the value of x. The strategy for this question is you need to consider a pentagon that is inside this 10-sided polygon. And when I say a pentagon, this is what I mean. If you join this point and this point, that point and that point, and that point and that point, you end up with a pentagon. So that's what I meant by consider the pentagon. Inside the 10-sided polygon. Now, if you consider that pentagon, we know that the sum of interior angles of a pentagon is given by sum of interior angles of a pentagon is given by 180 multiplied by the number of sides, which is 5, minus 2, which will be equal to 180 multiplied by 3, and that gives us 540. So which means that the sum of all these angles is equal to 540. Now to find each interior angle of this pentagon, which represents x, so each interior angle will be given by 540 divided by 5, because we have 5 lots of these interior angles, and this will be equal to 108 degrees. In this question, we are required to work out the size of an exterior angle of a regular polygon with 8 sides. So they want the exterior angle, and this is a regular polygon with 8 sides. And we know that the formula for each exterior angle, so each exterior angle of a regular polygon is given by 360 divided by the number of sides. So this regular polygon has 8 sides, which means that each exterior angle will be given by 360 divided by 8, and that will be equal to 45 degrees. Number 6, we are given part of a regular polygon, and they're saying that the interior angle and the exterior angle are marked, as you can see. The size of the interior angle is 7 times the size of the exterior angle. Work out the number of sides of the polygon. So you can say, well, let the exterior angle be x, so if the exterior angle is x, which will be that, the interior angle, yeah, is 7 times the size of the exterior angle, so that is 7x. But we know that these are angles on a straight line, and angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So that means that 7x plus x will be equal to 180, which 8x is 180. So x will be 180 divided by 8, which will be equal to 22.5 degrees. So what they want us to find is the number of sides, and we know that the number of sides is equals to 360 divided by exterior angle, so that will be 360 divided by 22.5, because the exterior angle here, as you can see in the diagram, is 22.5, and that will be equal to 16 sides.